movie is, there's so many different elements to it. It's an action, it's an adventure, it really is like a ride, and the sound and the visual is just like such an experience. So for an audience, you really want to go out to the movies to see it, because it makes it come alive so much more. Every scene, really.
When I had the conversation with Brad right at the beginning of the film, before I was even signed on for it, that was the conversation that we had, that he wanted to create something that had an optimistic point of view for the future, because so many things now are so apocalyptic. And he wanted he wanted this film to sort of represent that, you know, you can have a say in your future. You don't have to just sit back and let the future happen the way you're seeing it on the news every night. You have a say in your future, and that's about standing up and having a voice.
When I first visited Disneyland, Tomorrowland was one of my favorite places because it was continually needing to be updated, because the future was always changing. So I found that really exciting and invigorating, and I think Walt liked it for that reason.
It's not about a dystopic future. Yeah, it's about a utopia, and maybe a little bit of how do we use power? How should we use power? How should we use technology? And I think that's going to be a good discussion, especially for parents to have with their children after they see the movie. I think is an interesting way of looking at it.
It's the right place for a film like this, too. It's a very optimistic film, and one of the most optimistic places in the world. So. Wanted to tell a story about the idea that the future isn't necessarily apocalyptic and bad and inevitable. That's why I love the idea of the film.